What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon. So I know I already made 2 videos. There's been a lot of stuff going on today, but I'm making one more because there's some more news, some more. We did some waiver wire claiming and stuff like that, and so I want to get you to that information. But before that, I want to get to some stuff that Brian Flores had said. And so, first of all, it's really simple. So, Brian Flores, spoke to the media, and, they obviously talked to him about tanking and stuff like that. And what he said is the Dolphins are not tanking, and that he finds it disrespectful to suggest that, or what have you. First of all, it's a flat lie. Because, look, at the end of the day, while he might want to win games, and while he might, put the 11 best players out on the field every time, and he might, scheme up, the best game plan that he possibly can, and like I said, he might want to win, like he might legitimately want to win each and every game. He would have to be like just an absolute moron to think that, we're going to go out and win games with the team and the roster that we have now. It's pathetic and weak and, super young, there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of inexperience. There's a lot of bargain bin trash guys or trash pile guys that have been picked up. We'll get into the more of that in a minute, right? But this team, this squad, we just have bled so much talent and gotten rid of so much. This team is going to be absolutely fucking atrocious, right? So he's just flat out deciding to ignore that and try and sell this bullshit narrative, to the fan base, right? And then, there was also that bullshit about, the Dolphins just need, they're asking the fan base to just, hang in there and to just trust the process and shit. Nah, fuck that, dude. You are destroying this fucking team. Absolutely destroying it. You want to know what's disrespectful? Okay, I'll tell you what's disrespectful. Let's see. How about this? Telling your left tackle that you're not going to trade him, you're not even shopping him, and then you trade him. That's disrespectful. Let's see. You have a black minority player on your team who stands up to, for social justice, and equality and all that good stuff. And so he speaks out against the white male billionaire owner who decides to support and fundraise for the racist, bigoted, misogynist, xenophobic president that we have, who has the power to affect millions of people in this country, right? You decide to support him over that minority player, your player, right? The guy you were supposed to be coaching and mentoring and all that good shit, right? A dude who fucking, Kenny Stills won the fucking community service award from the Dolphins the past 2 years. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. The dude's been our #1 receiver the past couple years. So that's why all the bullshit he had to say before about, I'm just trying to motivate him. No, that's horseshit, because Kenny Stills has proven that that's, there was no need for that, right? He said, I just want to make it so he's not distracted. Okay, well, you certainly have a funny way of showing that. You could have, squashed it by supporting him instead of, telling him that he should have fucking talked to the owner. I mean, what do you think kind of conversation would that have been? If Kenny Stills would have gone to Stephen Ross and been like, hey man, I wanna publicly, decry you for supporting the piece of shit president we have, what do you think Stephen Ross is going to say? Oh yeah, go out and tell the public that you just fundamentally disagree with that. I mean, the dude got kicked off the fucking committee in the NFL committee for social justice by Chris Long and everybody else. Jesus fucking Christ. dude. So how do you think that and then his second comment was, oh, well, you need to be a company man. No, what that is saying you need to fucking shut the fuck up and bow your head and do what we fucking tell you. That's disrespectful. And then on top of that, then you trade the dude. That's punitive. Now you're just a complete piece of shit and a scumbag. And so that's disrespectful. You want to know what the fuck is disrespectful, right? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I mean, it's absolute. Okay, but then, so let's take a look though at some of these fucking guys real quick. There's this tweet. It was actually on Twitter. It wasn't. So from Pro Football Focus, Dolphins tackle Julian Davenport finished last season with an overall grade of 54.9, 73rd out of 80 qualifying tackles. Davenport's 16 penalties and 68 total pressures allowed were the most for any tackle. Adam Beasley, and that was actually Pro Football Focus replied with those stats to Adam Beasley saying, Flores doesn't say it directly, but he suggests Davenport will be the team's starting left tackle. The opener is in 7 days. Bruh. Really? And this is why I'm saying that, like, there's no plan, there's no calculated plan, and how are you building for the future if you're getting rid of your building blocks? You're literally fucking, not even the studs, dude. They've gotten rid of the studs. They're taking out the support beams. They're ripping up the foundation, like everything. They're getting rid of it. You had a sure thing in Tunsil. You had a sure thing in Cameron Wake and Jawan James and Ryan Tannehill. You had sure things in those guys. But now you've just taken massive steps back for what? Possibilities in the future? Are you fucking joking? That's a fucking, it's a shit show. It's a clown show. Okay, so let's move on though. Let's look at the so Dolphins claim 5 players off of waivers. The Dolphins are in rebuilding mode, shipping out blah blah blah. They have claimed defensive end Trent Harris from the Patriots, linebacker Dillon Lacey from the Bills, defensive end Avery Moss from the Giants, defensive back Steven Parker from the Rams, and defensive back Ken Webster from the Patriots. So real quick, Dillon Lacey has already played for the Dolphins before, and we've cut him. He could, and all he's done really is just bounce around the league, apparently, right? So, and then we trade Kiko Alonso, who's had massive production over the years, and not, you know, for other teams, for the Bills, the Eagles, and for us, for a dude that's got 3 career tackles. Like, they couldn't be being more bargain bin. Like, it's bargain bin, it's trash pile, it's fucking yard sale. Like, they're I mean, none of the AAF guys that they tried to bring in, all 8 of them failed out. But that's not a surprise. Why? Because those guys already failed out of the NFL, and then they failed out of the AAF. It's not all their fault, but they were part of a failing league. I mean, it's just fucking mind-blowing. And then, and then this motherfucker is just like desperately also trying to replicate the Patriots. Like, philosophy too. Oh yeah, we'll just get rid of bargain bin, or I mean, we'll just get rid of blue chip players before we have to pay them big money, or whatever, because what? Because we're fucking, you know, pricks, and we can't show any kind of fucking loyalty to guys that we drafted, or to fucking, to guys that have produced for us. It's fucking just trash, dude. Harris was on New England's practice squad when Dolphins head coach Brian Flores was on the Patriots coaching staff last season. Webster was a 7th round pick this year, so he didn't cross paths with his new coach in New England. Lacey spent the 2017 season with the Dolphins, but landed with the Bills as a waiver claim. He appeared in every game for the Bills over the last 2 seasons and recorded a whopping 16 tackles over 2 years. Fabulous. Moss was a Giants 5th round pick in 2017 and had 14 tackles and a forced fumbles in 11 games as a rookie. Spent last season on the practice squad, so he got demoted. Fabulous. Parker signed with the Rams after going undrafted in 2018 and has never appeared in a regular season game. I mean, what the fuck? Apparently, Adolphus Washington has been released as one of the moves needed to make space for the new arrivals. Like, how does anybody look at this? I mean, it's just downgrade after downgrade after downgrade. Dudes who have, like, no experience or, you know, have, like, 3 tackles, 14 tackles, right? Dudes who get demoted, downgraded, right? Dudes who have spent their entire careers on practice squads. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Look, I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna read it again. I mean, it's absurd. We went from having one of the best young. Hold on. Actually, let's see. I'm actually not really sure what Daniel Jeremiah is trying to say here, but he tweets this out. With the first pick in the 2008 NFL draft, the Dolphins took offensive tackle Jake Long over quarterback Matt Ryan. Now, I mean, when I think about that, real quick, I'm going to pause. When I think about that, Jake Long was a premier offensive tackle and one of the best we've ever had. Matt Ryan is a solid quarterback, but he's never been like a superstar. So I think I get what he's saying. So I think he's saying we were right to take Jake Long over Matt Ryan. Fast forward to 2019, they trade the best young offensive tackle in the NFL to gather draft picks to help secure a franchise quarterback. That one big decision in 2008 still impacting the club. But that last line confuses me because with that last line, it does. I'm trying to be fair here and figure this out though. It seems like that last one it makes it seem like still impacting the club. We should have taken Matt Ryan, but they're obviously different positions. But Jake Long was definitely the higher quality player at his position. Matt Ryan's still in the league and you know, he's still a solid quarterback, but we had Ryan Tannehill, who was a really good quarterback. So it's not like, you know, we were lacking there. The problem is he didn't have an offensive line, primarily, was the most sacked quarterback in the league for the first few years of his career, constantly had flux and change on his offensive coordinator, his head coach, the rest of the coaching staff, the front office, didn't have weapons for the first few years, all of that stuff. So that Ryan Tannehill wasn't the problem. So we had a quarterback. But now we just got rid of the best young offensive tackle in the game, hoping that we could maybe possibly get his replacement in a future draft, somebody who might be as good as him. But he's a generational player, fucking Tunsil is, and we just gave him up. That's why it doesn't matter what they got for him. Like, it's the most idiotic fucking thing. And now, dude, yeah, seriously, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick should fucking retire. And Josh Rosen should ask for a fucking trade. Because they are going to get fucking mauled. They are going to get mauled. And even if, right, so nobody, like, it would be absolutely astounding, shocking, just like earth-shattering if the Dolphins don't take a quarterback high in the draft next year. So we have 2 first-round picks, and let's say they even take an offensive lineman somewhere. Maybe it's an offensive tackle, right? With our second first-round pick, excuse me, right? Maybe we do that, right? Okay, but then you have 1 offensive lineman. You still need 4 others, and that quarterback you take is going to get mauled behind a nearly non-existent line. And even if you do take an offensive tackle, there's nothing to say he's going to be as good as Laramie Tunsil is. The dude is a generational talent at left tackle, and you just gave him up. It's a fucking joke. And yeah, he's fucking just flat out fucking lying to everybody and saying, no, we're not tanking. And then he tries to have this like fucking, you know, I'm a winner, you know, bravado bullshit. Like, oh, it's disrespectful to tanking, or to suggest that. And then tries to flip it around and shit. And then put it on like everybody else and try and make us feel like we're fucking assholes or something for pointing out the extreme obvious. It couldn't be any more obvious, dude. Just fucking say it. You don't have to fucking lie to our faces. And then tell us that, you know, on top of that, and then on top of that, tell us that through the fucking misery that we're going to have to endure because of your stupid ass choices over the next few years, that we have to just fucking, you know, hang on there and have faith and show support. Fuck that. Fuck that. It's a fucking shit show. Anyway, that's, one more thing though. Jake Rudock has been brought back and is on the practice squad. So even more reason why Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen will not be on this team. So just real quick, going back. So, you know, they defended their choice in getting Josh Rosen this year because they're like, oh, he could totally be the franchise quarterback for this roster, and they sold that to the fan base, and so many people jumped on that fucking bandwagon. Yeah, man, Josh Rosen, woo! I'm pretty sure there's some stupid fucking people out there that already went and bought a Josh Rosen jersey, okay? And so now look at it. Not only are they fucking super not helping the kid out by making sure that when he does eventually play, he just gets fucking mauled, right? But now they're obviously fucking clearly tanking, clearly gonna fucking take a quarterback next year, and they brought Jake Rudock back to stash him and to keep him for the future. I mean, this is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. But, and again, so far, I've been proven right on a few things, and it looks like going forward, I'm going to continue to be proven right. You know, also, no, I'm sorry. There is also one more thing. So now, at this point, it is blatantly obvious that we're tanking, and almost everybody is saying it, except for fucking stupid-ass Brian Flores, okay, who just finds it necessary to just lie to our faces. I mean, it's... Anyway. But, having said that, let's remember that when Gase was fired and Flores was hired, everybody jumped on this fucking bandwagon like he was the next coming of Don Shula, and everybody was starting to fucking, you know, try and christen him as such, and say, oh man, you know, he's gonna fucking shake things up, and we're gonna be a surprise contender, and we're gonna fucking surprise everybody, we're gonna, you know, break the odds makers, and blah blah blah, we're gonna win fucking 10 games. Dude, seriously? So, I mean, because now the narrative all of a sudden is, we're tanking, and it couldn't be more obvious, except for to him. I was saying that from the beginning, because it was clear. People just don't like to fucking, you know, look at the truth, realize the truth, you know, all that stuff. Anyway, so that's what I got for you. I got the updates for you and all that shit. And look, I'm blowing the bullshit up, man. I'm not going to sit here, and I'm fucking pissed about all this shit. So I'm not going to just sit here and fucking take it. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to be outspoken. I'm going to be putting this word out and talking about the things that nobody else... Actually, to be fair, I did watch a little bit of the other, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that. K-Flexin actually, you know, he said a lot of things that I totally agree with. I wasn't actually expecting him to you know, find this ridiculous, but even still though, he gave a little caveat that I'm not going to give, because, and you'll see why. His caveat is that, but they better, like, I find this to be completely illogical and mind-boggling, but they better get every single draft pick right. Although, that's not, to be fair, that's not really even a defense of the team, because it's true. I mean, that's because that's exactly what they're banking on right now. They're saying, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and give up this blue chip talent, these foundational pieces, you know, in hopes that we might be able to find future foundational pieces, that we might be able to find foundational pieces in the future. I'm so, like, pissed I can't even fucking talk straight. Right? So, they're taking flyers, dude. It's gambling. They're totally gambling. You had sure things. So many sure things, and you're just fucking gambling away with it. But again, I don't even have the trust that they're going to operate, you know, and do the draft properly. I mean, already, you know, I completely disagree with taking a quarterback in the first 2 rounds, right? But we know they're going to take one next year, and without question that's going to happen in the first round. So already they're starting off next draft, you know, bad in my mind, from my perspective, right? But I think it's going to bear out in the results. Because again, whoever we take, Tua or Justin, whatever, they're going to get mauled because there's going to be no offensive line. So, and even his defense that should be the strong suit, he's just fucking, he's dismantling that too, right? Like he got rid, and downgrading there. You get rid of Kiko Alonso for a nobody. You just flat out cut TJ McDonald for no fucking reason. So not only are they going to be out on the field far too long, getting worn down and stuff because the offense is inept and can't do shit, and you know, then probably get hurt and stuff a lot because of it. But I mean, he weakened it out the fucking gate, right? You know, just a week before we actually play our first game. It's all fucking absurdities. Alright, anyway. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. And of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. See y'all soon. Fins up.